sister. It's like you forget the baby voice. It's the biggest Mamma Mia, the unladylike diva, lyric old man either believer or steer and get that embarrassed. If you're the decision maker, guaranteed to get carried away. So stay in place when you hear Mama speaking. Clear the way when you see the tank creeping.
When they won't know how to do it, used to be the limit skin for the bread and say, used to live off chopper tools. I done pay my dues, but still play the blues. Play me like you was scared to lose. I'm still a fool. You ain't heard the news. I wasn't no limit. Make a major move. I won't stop now. Cause I can't stop. You can't stop. Don't try. We true soldiers. We don't. We keep rolling. Nah. All aboard. Bad inside the roof boat. Hallelujah. Inside rumors. We saying he there. We there. Beware. See there. Silk that fiend there. Mama there. P there. Ain't no salary cap on top of my dollars. I roll with nothing but them no limit riders. I get down. I hold my tank up high. Watch how many get wild. Nah. Make them say,
He was out there in the city eating Western takeaways. And he packed up his guitar and tried to find a place to play. But they against his head and made sure he was. And his last thoughts were the things he didn't say. Right on, right on, right on, right on. She woke up in the morning and she claimed her JSA. And she turned and asked her man if he was gonna be okay. But his cheeks, they turned a ruby red, and then he frowned and shook his head. And I'm sorry, love, I've got to go away. Right on, right on, right on, right on. They all went out one evening and it's gone. And they tried to figure out whose turn it was to pay. But they never made it back to bed. Some may recall that tears were shed, and no one's lives will ever be the same. Right on, right on, right on, right on. Well, I guess he found some comfort at the. Well, I guess that he regretted several aspects of his past. But he wasn't mean, he wasn't cruel, and he made sure his kids went to school. And sleeping well is not an easy task. Right on, right on, right
She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I already so hard in my blunt is. I see past pretty faces, so I got trouble trusting. But I let my guard down for you. Said I put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. No crib talk come through, it's time to break it in. Like my pants size, cause I'm try breaking it. New condo, say your name at the front. You can stay if you want. It's been one of those nights I ain't had in a minute. It's been a minute to recreate the feeling. But it's never the same as the first time. But I let my guard down for you. Said I'll put my guard down for you. Said I'll be vulnerable, so you can break my heart if you want to. She said, take your time, what's the rush? Take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. I'm a dog, I'm a mutt.
She don't want it, no more, don't want it. Get my O, I get it in and go. Shot it, owe me something, better pay your toll. I lit the spoon and I scrape the bowl. Spread the bowl, spread the bowl. Like, did you get the memo? She eat that rotary relay. And I can solve your riddle. You like it's let's do this. A SWAT hood hero, got Johnny Dang details. On a pillow, got chicken wrapped in Nero. She too gone and she can't hear. She don't want it, no more, don't want it. Emo, I get it and go. She don't want it, no more, don't want it. Get my O, I get it in and go. Shot it, owe me something, better pay your toll. I lit the spoon and I scrape the bowl. Scrape the bowl, scrape the bowl. Seen way too many ones, I'm about to throw some honest. And that whole life that you run from, baby girl, keep running. Keep running. It's special with me. It's precious to me. I got my anchor out. I'm locked in your city. You know you're my baby now. You're special to me. How about you time
everybody know him. Everybody know you're a goof. I done popped out feel like I Future. Tyler created my loot. Them boys like 5. That's hope. This came straight from Auntie. We pink slip boys, no car lease. Like a Barbie. I'm sorry, not sorry, like Beyonce. Can't go to the mall.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We've got live NBA basketball headed your way on this fine Wednesday afternoon. Brian Anderson with you, Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill joining us tonight, along with the 4th member of our team, Allie LaForce. Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Hall of Famers Grant Hill and Doris Burke. Allie LaForce, our reporter. We've got the visitors facing the home team.
This guy always amongst the league leaders in dunks. Gobert is a force around the cup.
They set the pick. Here's Williams. Lee misses. And here's the fast break. Right side Love. Minneapolis passing it around. Sinks it from distance.
Boy, they've got Kevin Love in catch-and-shoot situations. Turn the lights out. He's that good.
Here's Williams. The 3, Randall. Sinks the tray.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
All right, Doris, let's talk for a moment about Rudy Gobert's defensive IQ.
Let's begin, B.A., with his communication on that end. It's an undervalued aspect of defensive performance. Then you talk about his ability to be a rim protector, to be able to rotate in defensive help. There is a reason he has won the Defensive Player of the Year as many times as he has.
Jason Williams. And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. Love grabs the miss. Pass to Wiggins. Back to Love. Now here's Gobert. Check by Randall. Here's Love. And Minneapolis getting another bucket right there.
See, I like when Kevin Love goes to his high percentage game on the interior. He has the size, he has the touch.
There's the double team with Wiggins. Pass to Williams. And that one good.
Assist goes to Flag.
Minneapolis with the ball. Love for 3. Knocks it down from distance. Love's got 8.
Well, this is the era of big men who can shoot the 3. In fact, if you're Kevin Love, you've had to adapt and adjust and make your game more modern.
The officials were right on top of that.
We're going to have to understand how it utilizes time to sort of get things done. Now, I know that sounds kind of like abstract, but once I sort of start to break it down and we look at the brain regions, I think it'll actually get easier, not harder. And my hope is that once y'all sort of understand like these components of time, which no one ever talks about, by the way, because neurotypical people's brains just do this automatically, my hope is that it will empower you to solve a lot of your problems, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is talk about the suprachiasmatic.
Randall on the screen.
Oh, yes.
Williams with it.
So,
and it's Gobert picking him up.
This is the first kind of problem we have. This is our internal clock. So we as human beings have an internal biological clock, right? So you can wake up in the morning.
Are you kind of going with your favorite players over like your best players, kind of like me?
You're sitting there and you've been on the computer for a while. You get a sense of how much time has passed. So our internal
I don't know if you
clock
can hear me or not, but trying to talk to you.
ADHD. So this part of our brain that basically is an internal clock and tells us how much time has passed is impaired. Now this creates this in and of itself explains so many of the problems with ADHD. Oh my God, I was hyper-focusing for 4 hours. I had no idea. Oh, I completely forgot that I was supposed to go pick someone up from the airport. Now let's think about this. How is a neurotypical person able to remember to pick up someone from the airport. It's because they literally have this part of their brain that's like a stopwatch of keeping track of time.
Oh my God.
Once a certain amount of time passes, they know, okay, I have to pick up my friend at noon. It's 8 a.m. right now. Once 2 hours pass, I need to alert the consciousness that it is time to go. So if we want to have a healthy relationship with time, there is basically a balance of two things. We have an internal clock with external time reminders. So our internal clock is not always perfect. This is why we need to do things like set alarm clocks. So what we need for a healthy relationship with time is an internal clock. And for the things that an internal clock can't handle, we need external time reminders. So we sort of know this, right? So if you've got ADHD, you've kind of figured this stuff out. You realize that, okay, I need to set alarms, I need to use things like calendars, I need to get notifications to keep me on track. So we can sort of balance deficiencies in our internal clock with using external time reminders.
It's gonna be an outscore each other type of game.
Well, like they use things like alarm clocks and calendar reminders and notifications and things like that, right? So a healthy relationship with time involves these two things. Now, here's the key thing with time blindness. There are a lot of things like, let's say, procrastination or planning or, I don't know if being on time kind of makes sense here. There are a lot of problems that we have with ADHD that we do not perceive as time benefits. We perceive them as laziness problems, willpower problems, deficits of time blindness, okay? So this is the first thing. We have the internal clock. Comes from the suprachiasmatic nucleus, and we'll get into more detail. So at the end of the video today, we're actually going to tap in a member of our scientific advisory board, Dr. Michaela Thorgerson, who specializes in skilling up people with neurodiversity. So she specializes in skills building, uses a lot of worksheets and things like that. So I'm all about like theory and neuroscience and spirituality and stuff. She's excellent at this stuff. We're gonna be tapping her in at the end of the video because this is where she really specializes in helping people level up some of these skills that are necessary. She's also going to be holding a social skills workshop for neurodiversity if y'all are interested in that. So stay tuned at the end of the video. There'll be some info about that. Okay. Second problem that we have with ADHD is our estimation of time is impaired. So what does this mean? So this is basically our brain trying to figure out how long a task will take. A neurotypical person will be able to make a calculated guess how long the task will take. But if you have ADHD, the brain's capacity to estimate that time will be deficient in some way. And we kind of already talked about this, but this is where we can go into detail, because we will see how an inability to estimate time creates a lot of problems. So remember that when we can't estimate something properly, we could do an overestimate or an underestimate. And depending on which one we do, this creates a lot of the problems that chances are you struggle with. So if we overestimate the amount of time it takes, so what that means is, let's say that doing my homework actually takes an hour, but I tend to overestimate the time. Oh my God, it'll take me 3 days. If a task takes an hour, and your brain thinks, oh, it's gonna take 3 days, how does that affect your capacity to work today, right? So if something can't be finished in the next hour, it's noon on a Monday, and you're sitting there and you're thinking to yourself, man, I have homework. And your brain is like, yeah, it can be at 1 p.m. on Monday, 1 hour from now, you could be done with that task. And then you're like, damn, I could be done with this task Monday at 1 p.m. and then I could have the rest of the day. And this is the last piece of homework I have for the next 3 days. I can relax for the next 3 days if I just sit down and do 1 hour of work right now. But if your brain is like, this is going to take 3 days, this piece of homework has suddenly become a dissertation. So now it's hard to get started, right? So our brain doesn't just get started on tasks that take a large amount of time. I don't wake up one day and be like, I'm just going to get my PhD today. You can't do that. So the larger amount of time something takes, the more preparation our brain needs, the more guarantees it needs, right? So if I have to do a 3-day task, I need to make sure that all the other stuff that I need to do over the next 3 days, I need to study for this test, I need to write this paper, I need to prepare for a birthday party, all these other things need to be taken care of because this thing takes 3 days to do. But remember that my brain can't estimate any of those tasks either. So what ends up happening is that when our brain overestimates the amount of time something takes, it becomes hard for us to get started. The second problem that we have with this is that it also drastically alters our value calculation. So when I sort of think about, okay, what is the value of finishing this homework? Well, the value of finishing the homework is like, you know, it's like one piece of homework that's done.
Let's go.
Now, what is the
GG's, brother.
Timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan. .116 left to play in the first half of basketball. And it's Williams off the drive. Unable to get that one. And it's Conley with the ball for Minneapolis. They lead by 7. Pass to Gobert. Wiggins for 3. Minneapolis with another miss. It's good. Williams has got 6.
You have to have some level of activity on the interior. Nice finish.
And here's Conley. Williams defending. Oh, Andrew Wiggins taking flight.
Oh, the ease with which he elevates Wiggins with a highlight move that time.
To the paint. Rebounded by Minneapolis. Pass to Garnett. Brewer nails it from beyond the arc. And it's a 10-point Minneapolis lead.
And this is not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
2 on the clock. Williams' shot is good. Give him 8 points now.
Even if they saw the step back coming, the defense didn't offer much resistance.
And so it's Minneapolis ending the quarter up 10. Getting lots of great looks. Shooting it well. That's why they're up. Time for a quick break. Then back to the action.
Can't black an out route to a 6'9" wide receiver.
Chances are that if you've got ADHD, your ability to estimate time is off, and then you are valuing your time at such a low level that it becomes affordable to waste it. And this creates a vicious cycle where we end up wasting a lot of time. We don't get a lot of work done, and therefore, how much is our time worth? Not very much. Okay? So now we're going to dig a little bit deeper. What is it that actually makes it so that our brain cannot accurately estimate the amount of time it takes? So there is a problem in something called retrospective time perception. Okay? This is fascinating to understand. So when a human being starts a task, we have an estimation of how long it's going to take to finish the task, right? So I think like, okay, I have to do homework, it's going to take me an hour. Now, once I do the homework, let's say I reach this point, there's a separate function of our brain that looks back and says, okay, how long did this time take? I mean, how long did this task take? Right? So
let's go, boys. First game of the day, doing well, up 15. Got one person watching the stream. Let's fucking go.
How long did it take you to finish your homework? How long did it take you to write your dissertation? How long did it take you to go to the grocery store? And neurotypical brain is pretty good at calculating, looking back in time, and
Now Williams. He's got 10. Lead. Outside for Randall. 6 on the shot clock. Inside. Here's Lee. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Number 20.
Lee's got 6.
Oh, it's exactly how you lead someone with the pass. Beautifully done.
Here's Reed. Uses the glass on the layup.
Well, the high percentage opportunity. Now is Reed on the inside.
Pass to Lee. And the shot goes down. Lee's got 4 points this quarter.
Oh, what a pretty feed into that basket. That's nice.
That was fucking sick. Couldn't even see it on my screen.
Their offense has just been on another level.
I gotta believe that's something the coach talked
Oh,
about.
man, Mike.
They have valued each possession.
1:46 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Miller. And a miss there.
Oh, Mr. Mike almost got that.
Here's Flag. He's scoreless. Now here's Irving.
That's a good matchup for me, guys. Jade McDaniels on him.
Reed with the rebound.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
Well, we get to see future Hall of Famer in...
Yeah, Nas!
What's his best skill?
I'll be honest, B.A. I've never seen a guard finish like
Oh.
the rim. He makes really difficult buckets look too easy. And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
There's 48 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Shoots a fadeaway.
Nas, you're getting kind of selfish, buddy. I like it.
Irving looking around. Randall on the screen. Fires high post. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Randall's got 7 points in the game.
Well, you love to see Julius Randle attack the offensive glass, get to his second chance opportunities. That's really well done.
Outside Conley. Outside McDaniels. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. McDaniels got 8 points in the quarter.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
What sucks is you never get the stats for these games. It's because everyone usually quits.
19 points as the quarter comes to
So if you have like a 5 3-point game with someone awesome, it's like, oh, doesn't count.
And with the fourth quarter upon us,
Billy Donovan is giving Finch a little bit of a break. You know, Finch will be back.
19. Rubio with the ball. And they call an illegal screen.
Yikes.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Here's Davis. And counted from 19 feet away.
Yeah, Davis was just waiting for the ball, and once he gets it, it's all over.
Here's Edwards. Here's Rubio.
Nice job, Rick.
He buries it from 3. And Minneapolis leads by 20.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Pass to Reed. Back to Rubio. Edwards. Oh, missed on the tray. James.
Whoa.
Oh, putting in work inside.
Well, it's the skill set and the strength of LeBron James. It'll be interesting to see how his shot profile breaks down when it's all said and done.
What awareness defensively, finding the big swat.
Now Miller rises up. Oh, he missed the jumper.
That's a breakdown defensively right there, folks. He just could not make them pay.
Davis. Outside Williams. James deciding where to go with it. Stolen by Reed. Here's Miller. Rubio fires. Pure from 3-point range.
Slick Rick.
Rubio's got 6 here in the quarter.
2 3 balls for Rubio in the quarter. Fourth quarter madness. Tune in next.
This is a
What?
textbook example of playing the possession and not the score. This team is doing a great job continuing to execute.
I like your cards, dude. I just think, like me, you're kind of stuck with mediocrity.
His first shot coming late. The shot misses. Minneapolis leading by 19. Here's Miller. No good from outside. He got his defender off his feet with a pump fake, but knock it down. To the inside. Flag.
That was sick.
Yes, sir!
Yeah, surprised he doesn't have more shot attempts. He's been accurate. You'd think he'd want to take control now with them behind.
Jaden with a slick 10 off the bench. That does not go unnoticed. I barely followed him there.
Especially in the painted area.
First personal foul. First team foul.
A minute and a half left in the final quarter. Here's Williams.
Well, nice defense by Rubio, making an effort to frustrate his man.
Great assertive defense under the hoop there, putting a stop to the attack on their rim.
Clock is at 3.
Come on, Jaden.
That one's in there.
Listen, this guy's doing his part. It's what we know he's about, but they have got to get some productivity from some other guys on this roster.
Shot's no good. Williams. Oh, he misses the layup. Minneapolis with the ball. They led the game at 1 point by 20.
Yeah, sometimes you've got to earn the whistle.
Nothing personal, brother. Just love Mike Miller.
First team foul.
And he's got 0 points on 0 shooting. Not anymore, though. Slaps.
Good on the second one. And he nails the third. There's 48 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Randall outside. For 3, Rudy Gobert with a rebound. They're enjoying a sizable lead.
And what I like today, they haven't stopped pressing the issue.
Minneapolis with another miss. Outside, Williams. Randall with it. Now Rubio defending.
Nice finish, dude.
To lay it in.
Assist from Julius Randle.
Here's Gobert. Oh, no.
Ah. Oh, my bad.
Second team foul.
Free throw drops for Williams.
Right, and actually the globe that Atlas is bearing on his shoulders
falls,
is not
so
a
he has both
terrestrial
of them.
map, it's a star globe, which is what mariners use to navigate the world, right?
Let's go, Jaden. GG's, brother. Woohoo!
Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and our entire crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
The idea of a demigod society, which as Plato says, wanted to empower humans and was hybridizing itself with a lot of humanity, right? And thereby lifting up humanity not just psychically and intellectually, but also genetically. It's the idea of using technological science to unlock the secrets of the heavens and achieve parity with the gods, so that you no longer need to be a servile worshiper of some kind of overlord. And this is what Plato tells us was the great sin of the Atlanteans, is that they stopped sacrificing to the gods and worshiping them. So that Zeus basically calls it the creation of the Olympians and decides to wipe the world clean in what we more commonly know as Noah's flood, right? And so the biblical story of Noah is exactly the same thing, especially when you look at, in Genesis 6, right? There's a whole part of that story that's clearly been excised. So in Genesis 6, all of a sudden we're told, like, in rapid succession, oh, well, there was great iniquity on the earth, and God decided to wipe the entire earth clean and the flood. Wait a minute here. And the sons of the Elohim came down, they found the daughters of man fair, and they, interbred with them, and so on and so forth, and the earth was full of iniquity. seriously, in 2 paragraphs, you're going to tell us that God regretted the entire creation and wiped the whole world clean, right? There's a backstory here. And you find the backstory preserved in the Book of Enoch, which was first discovered in Ethiopia. And it clearly was at one point part of the Tanakh and was excised, through whatever, kind of, theological power game.
For 20, that's a good game, dude.
For sure. Because the story makes no sense without it. And what you see in the Book of Enoch is a direct Hebraic parallel to what you see in Plato's account of Atlantis. And then, other cultures have their own versions of that. The Mayans do too.
In Enoch, it's the Watchers or whatever. And so, okay, how does all of this connect to the UFO story? Because you hear, I don't know, like, for example, Diana Pasulka came on my podcast and she said, Jacques Vallée is very interested in the devil and demons and fallen angels.
I'm having lunch with Jacques Vallée. So we're in his study, and it's really amazingly beautiful here in the Bay Area. And he starts to explain a couple of things to me, and I noticed a bunch of books on shelves. And I noticed this.
Yeah.
So I go and I start to look to see what he has on this one shelf, and then he takes one of the books off, and it was a book about angels. He says, of course you can't have one without the other, right? Because he picked up another book and he said, you need to read this book. And whenever he says that to me, of course, I'm going to get the book and read it. But this one was weird. So he showed it to me, and it was the history of Satan. It just had big words on it that says Satan. And again, if I wasn't a little bit concerned before, I was absolutely concerned at that point. I was like, Jacques Vallée is handing me this book that says Satan on it. And so he said, look at the pagination. So I looked at the pagination. It was 666.
Whoa.
Yeah, I thought that was so, of course.
Wow.
It was a really weird moment. And he said that in the States, we think of Satan or the devil as really, really terrible, right? But he said that the French, they have a different view of it, and it's less sensationalist. That's what he was saying.
So, what does all of this have to do with the modern kind of UFO topic?
I knew Jacques Vallée for a while, and
I spoke to him this morning.
Yeah. So after, I think it was 7, within 9 months of the time Prometheus and Atlas came out, he had invited me to his home, and we had a nice dinner and a fairly intimate conversation, and I brought this question up with him, and because we were discussing basically, and we'll come around to this, time travel, and whether, he believed that these were basically humans that were reaching back into our epoch from the future, and that essentially, there was a breakaway civilization that had developed a hyper-dimensional relationship to the various space-times of the epochs of human history. That a breakaway civilization with time travel essentially was able to have a fifth-dimensional relationship with the various 4D space-times of different human historical epochs, right? And I basically said to him,
some sort of multiverse management system.
Yes, and I think that's
branch management system.
And I think that's definitely part of what's going on, right? So how I start my book, Closer Encounters, is I lay out all the different hypotheses. Of course, the ETH, the extraterrestrial hypothesis, and then, time travel, interdimensional hypothesis, the psychic projections hypothesis, crypto-terrestrial, meaning survivors of Atlantis, which we're touching on here, and ultimately also avatars of a simulacrum. Are we living in a simulacrum? Are these in some sense avatars from the programming level of the simulacrum, which is something that Vallée, as a computer scientist, also has intimated in various writings.
Athleticism A+.
So, but the point is this, that, we're discussing this, hyperdimensional, extratemporal relationship that these entities have to humans in various historical epochs. And I said, well, if this is what you think, why aren't you more direct about expressing that? And he said, because it involves deeply entrenched religious sensibilities of various societies, and there's a sociological dimension to this that could be catastrophic in terms of religious belief systems.
We're skipping over one part, which is what does he think? What is the relationship between, you know, the devil, demonic, and UFOs and all this stuff?
I didn't pin him down on that, so I don't want to speak for him, but I suspect that what a lot of people are concerned about, including people in the deep state of our own government, first and foremost, is that the bad guys won. In the struggle over reshaping human history, we wound up losing a rebellion against a control system that abides to this day. And the meta-narratives that have dominated the rise and fall of various societies throughout the course of history, including, for example, the destruction of the secular, humanistic culture of the late Roman Empire, you know, the Library of Alexandria, libraries at Corinth, the entire... You know that I'm getting this figure from Carl Sagan.
Do stuff, buddy!
Calculating how much time something actually took. This is the biggest... Your capacity to be on time, your chronic lateness, your procrastination, your ability to plan, all of those things will naturally improve with very little effort. Because now your brain is able to actually use those time estimates, okay? So we're gonna have to get a little bit technical here, and we're gonna have to understand, first of all, how our brain actually perceives and processes time. And we're going to have to understand how it utilizes time to sort of get things done. Now, I know that sounds kind of like abstract, but once I sort of start to break it down and we look at the brain regions, I think it'll actually get easier, not harder. And my hope is that once y'all sort of understand like these components of time, which no one ever talks about, by the way, because neurotypical brain just do this automatically. It's 8 a.m. right now. Once 2 hours pass, I need to alert the consciousness that it is time to go. So if we want to have a healthy relationship with time, there is basically a balance of two things. We have an internal clock with external time reminders. So our internal clock is not always perfect. This is why we need to do things like set alarm clocks. So what we need for a healthy relationship with time is an internal clock. And for the things that an internal clock can't handle, we need external time reminders. So we sort of know this, right? So if you've got ADHD, you've kind of figured this stuff out. You realize that, okay, I need to set alarms. I need to use things like calendars. I need to get notifications to keep me on track. So we can sort of balance deficiencies in our internal clock with using external time reminders. And even in the case of neurotypical people, like they use things like alarm clocks and calendar reminders and notifications and things like that, right? So a healthy relationship with time involves these two things. Now, here's the key thing with ADHD and time blindness. There are a lot of things like, let's say, procrastination or planning or, I don't know if being on time kind of makes sense here. There are a lot of problems that we have with ADHD that we do not perceive as time benefits. We perceive them as laziness problems, willpower problems, and things like that. So I'm all about theory and
and for what we do about the disastrous humanitarian crisis going on in Gaza. And what I've been trying to do is I've been trying to get politicians, one, to understand the gravity of the situation in Gaza. You know, we have 1 million children who are being starved to death. A quarter of the population are stage 5 famine, which means that 4 out of every 10,000 children die a day at stage 5 famine, with 2 out of every 10,000 adults. When you reach stage 5 famine, food isn't enough. Because if you give people food at that stage, they could get things like pre-feeding syndrome, and that could cause arrhythmias and heart attacks, and it could kill them. So you don't just need an increase in aid, you need an increase of medical workforce. You need a reconstruction of infrastructure that stops things like communicable diseases that are spreading now in Gaza. And politicians are so, you know, concerned with recognizing a Palestinian state and not upsetting the United
Estimation of time is impaired. So what does this mean? So this is basically our brain trying to figure out how long a task will take. A neurotypical person will be able to make a calculated guess how long a task will take. But if you have ADHD, the brain's capacity to estimate that time will be deficient in some way. Now, we kind of already talked about this, but this is where we need to go.
And welcome to Wolf's After Bark, episode 5. I'm your host, Dom Dilmer, and on today's show, we are covering Julius Randle. Is this the All-Star Timberwolves season we've been waiting to see? We cover what's the point guard solution? Stand out, stay back, stay tuned. Young players' roles this year. What's the deal with that? What's that going to be about?
board and I say this task will take 1 hour. Then what happens if I'm neurotypical is I go over here, I complete the task.
Certified. When it come to walking with God, I'm certified. Every time I step in the booth and I bust a rhyme, I'm immortalized, cause real, we never die. Yeah, certified stunner. Who among us is a certified stunner? Did enough to live twice, you a newcomer. I'm a certified stunner, talk nice. Certified stunner. Who among us is a certified stunner? Did enough to live twice, you a newcomer. I'm a certified stunner, 24/7, 365, 24/7. 365, 24/7, 365. Yeah, all the time, 24/7, 365, 24/7, 365, 24/7, 365. Yeah, all the time, 24/7, 365, 24/7, 365, 24/7, 365. Yeah, all the time,
You probably wouldn't, or I should say hi first. Good morning. I don't change any settings.
Greetings, everyone. An enticing showdown here on 2K Sports. We're so glad you could join us. With Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and Ali LaForce on our sideline, I'm Kevin Harlan.
I guess it wouldn't really be.
We welcome you to our 2K Sports broadcast. Some great basketball in store for you. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and alongside tonight, Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, with Ali LaForce reporting from the sidelines. It's Minneapolis facing the home team. Now, here's Wiggins. And that one's off, and this is his first shot of the game. Doncic outside. To the paint. Throws it down. Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one. And as the days and months go by, Greg, it still may take us some time to get over the shock of last season's trade of Luka Doncic.
And we know the question marks as far as conditioning and defense that led to it. But hard to bet against the talent of his caliber.
Here's Grimes following the three-point basket by Minneapolis. And right away, the Nets with a three-pointer of their own.
Matching baskets from the perimeter at the mark of today's game.
Sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Fast break, here we go. For the three. No good that time. Pass to Vanderbilt. The layup off target.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Now here's Iverson. Out of bounds. Minneapolis takes possession.
Interesting play.
Here's Rubio. Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Pass to McDaniels. Fires for three. Sinks the triple.
Good read by McDaniels. This is the kind of team-first attitude he brings to the floor.
Now Grimes. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. Grimes has got 6.
And I like to see this.
Oh, sit out of here, bitch.
And he's delivering.
Yeah,
Look at those big old skinny biceps.
Are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Wiggins from outside. Bangs home the trifecta. Wiggins has got a couple of threes now in the first for Minneapolis. Iverson outside.
All right, mess me up with Iverson, and then I'll watch out for
Pass to Grimes. 5 to shoot. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, what a display of athletic ability. Hammering it down like that.
And it's Allen Iverson with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
And Minneapolis has possession. They trail by 1. Minneapolis moving it around. Here's Rubio. Score the basket. His second of 2 attempts.
The more good work he does inside, the more it helps his entire game.
Here's Grimes. And it's off from 3-point range.
Switch it up, brother.
Reed with it. Now guarded by Wembanyama. Back to Reed. On the wing, Wiggins. Going inside. And Wiggins throws it down.
And good read. Wiggins sees the opening and does not hesitate.
Inside. Out to Doncic. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama.
Well, that kick out shows a great feel for the game. Understanding the situation.
Here's Reed. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. So it's a tie game as we end the first. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
13.
And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
Here's Grimes. On the wing, Doncic. Cuts it 5. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And guys, the intelligence is evident. When the pick comes, Doncic often makes the right read.
Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down.
And nothing like taking it to the hole yourself.
Pass to Haywood. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. No good from outside. Here's Green. Now here's Vanderbilt. Here's McDaniels. They get it back. Rubio outside with the putback. Reed on the
Picture just felt long. Hit me.
Reed got his first points of the game.
You don't care though because you're not talking to me.
Many things Reed contributes on the
Okay,
floor.
if I get hurt.
His ability to save plays by just being in the right place.
In the corner, it's Wembanyama. Pass to Grimes.
Ooh, that's a good spot. Oh, you had
That's
it.
5 on the clock.
You had 3, dude.
And the ball travels out of bounds.
Fun.
It was nice touch by Wiggins. And it's stolen by Ricky Rubio. Here's Reed. Another one falls for Minneapolis.
Well, that's probably not the shot they were looking for, but hey, when it goes in, everybody's happy.
And Grimes has it in the corner shot.
Alright, 1-point lead. Call off the trap. We got ourselves the ball game.
Just a super unselfish guy. Doncic is all for getting his guys going. Enjoys setting the table.
Let's get the subs in.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. As now we'll give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Here's Grimes. He's got 11. A three from Iverson. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Minneapolis leading by 3. Conley surveying the D. It's rebounded by Doncic. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Iverson outside. 5 on the clock. And they double up Iverson. Williams can't get it to go.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Pass to Doncic. And they double up Doncic. And stolen by Miller. Here's Ryder. And he drives in. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Now, here's Doncic. He's got 5. Oh, the rim with an easy reach of Wembanyama.
There's no stopping that. Wembanyama with the forceful finish.
Here's Ryder, and he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. Back to Wembanyama. Doncic left side. To the middle. Outside Williams. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. There's Miller with the 3. Here's Gobert.
Yeah, Rudy! That was fucking dirty.
Super work on the
board.
Good
shot. Ooh, good help, Mike.
Put their foot down on him now.
Yeah, and once you've got him on the ropes, Greg, just keep swinging away.
Yeah, this is the spot where coaches want you to be relentless. Don't even give them a glimpse of hope.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Minneapolis ahead, up by 5. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. On the wing, Williams. He's looking for Wembanyama. He finds it.
Great job of recognition, finding the open man.
Minneapolis leading by 3. You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength. But he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is, for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
And we'll see if they can.
He's just like a whole nother athlete over everybody else in this game.
All night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasingly entertaining value.
And not even 3/4 out of the way. So many lead changes.
The fans, guys, are getting their money's worth. Heck, I should have paid to watch this one. It's going to make.
It's Wembanyama, top of the key. It's Wembanyama with the jam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Pass to Grimes. Now here's Iverson. Hasn't made one yet. Gobert with the block.
Stellar defense. Gobert will have him thinking twice about bringing it inside again.
And Billy Donovan wants a timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And Minneapolis will go with a different look here. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now.
2 minutes.
Just 5 to shoot. Williams with a clean look. No good with the triple. Here's McDaniels.
Well, you can't sleep on McDaniels' athleticism if you're the defense. At 6'9", he can absolutely hammer it home.
And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Off target from three-point range. And that's out of bounds.
Oh.
By McDaniels. 1:32 left in the third. And here is Iverson. Still yet to score. Over in the corner, Doncic. A three ball from Doncic.
Doncic can score from distance, whether it's spotting up or off the dribble, and he has got a maturity to his skill set.
Here's Edwards. Rebound by Williams. Thompson outside. Pass to Doncic. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Iverson. The statement dunk by Iverson.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Kicks it out to Rubio.
Let's go, Rick.
And the assist goes to Edwards.
3 points.
Rubio's got 10.
Well, in terms of assist numbers, there's been a steady increase for Edwards in his career. Great recognition there.
Iverson, no luck.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without a foul.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins.
Second personal foul.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Team foul. In from Minneapolis, Rudy Gobert, Kevin Garnett, Corey Brewer.
Here's Doncic. And that's the final possession with the nice defense right there.
Man, it's like if you don't play your best absolute lineup, you just get cooked.
And time to step aside quickly.
And you drink all your coffee and your vape's dead, and you just cry about it.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. So it's Rubio bringing it up for Minneapolis. Garnett high post. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes
that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Doncic with it. And they double up Iverson. Wembanyama, right side. Over in the corner, Williams. Pass to Iverson. Shot clock at 6.
Come on.
Iverson buries it from deep.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Look, when the three is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
On the wing, Drew. Three-pointer. Buries it from three-point range. Brewer's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Driving inside. Wiggins. Now Brewer to tie it up. Wembanyama rips down the rebound.
Oh, it's a SAR.
And he does not hit. Minneapolis trails by 3. Outside, Gobert. Rubio left side.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Now Gobert. Here's the floater.
Let's go!
Well, when you need a bucket, you can go to Gobert. High percentage scorer who doesn't waste his attempts.
It's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Here's Wembanyama. And they double up Iverson.
Money. Oh no, a little bit nervous, are we? Let's go, baby!
Oh, how about the handles there, creating some space for that shot.
1:25 left here in the fourth quarter. Doncic looking it over. Here is Wembanyama.
Make it, baby.
Just 3 to shoot.
Oh, Rudy, put your arm up, buddy. Let's go, buddy. Show him who the true Frenchman is, baby.
Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Here's Doncic.
Tired. Someone's tired.
Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some fire.
Ah!
Big time basket at a big time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure? Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
Rubio outside. From outside. Knocks down.
Let's fucking go, guys.
Foul to give at this point. Looking to tie it up with a big triple.
Absolutely needed 3 here.
Not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Oh, well, not sure what that was about. Maybe because he's not going to make his free throws, and we're going to win easily. Let's go, baby. Game. Close it out for us, Mike. Just kidding. Let's do a dunk. Take him, Gagey! Ooh.
They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Not in the penalty yet. Okay.
And on that occasion to stop the clock, that's the enemy in this situation.
And an intentional foul right there.
Second team foul.
Conley hasn't done shit this game.
Mike Conley at the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point.
We want to make. All right, stream. Do we miss this? Make it fun. JK, no one's watching me.
second attempt at the line, no good. Outside, Wembanyama. Big would tie it.
Crap! Fucking Quentin Grimes. Let's fucking go. That was sick, dude. I don't know how many times you've done that so far in 26, but props. That was sick. Wish you had a cooler court. Just grinding it out.
Quarters weren't enough to decide this ballgame. Sit back and enjoy as we move on to overtime. Now here's Iverson. Big-time jam. He is ready to receive and deliver.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
Now Love. Vanderbilt with the screen.
That's not a pass.
Rips down the rebound. Guys, they were holding on to this limited lead.
And you can't afford to let that thing get any further.
And so they foul. And Billy Donovan decides
Man, the one lineup thing really gets me.
no doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Here's Iverson. Hard fought bucket for
Nice play.
Coming down the stretch here, both
I can't believe you haven't talked about this whole game. I haven't even been mean.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen. It doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
Great job by keeping his eyes open, allowing him to spot the shooter ready at the arc.
Williams. That's a great finish.
Get those tweaks going. Get those adjustments all adjusted.
Hey guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of player. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatic.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Williams. Here's Iverson. Pocket six. Now Wembanyama. Williams outside. He's on
Yes.
3. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Oh, the dunk.
That was sick.
Goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Doncic outside. Iverson outside. Here is Wembanyama. He answers with the dunk of his own.
And can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Oh my God. Dude, jump on the mic. Be part of this with me. Is it just me playing this game? Am I playing a computer? What the hell? I'm not going to yell at you.
Can't stop now. We're ready for another extra period.
Are you too afraid to talk and play? Or can't focus? Or, I mean, I guess that's kind of mean of me to say, but I don't know. Just frustrating. I feel like I'm playing by myself.
And here's Reed. And stolen by Iverson. Grimes with it. Iverson outside. Williams fires. Iverson outside. And they double up Iverson. 3. Good.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes that.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
McDaniels. Misses the three.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
That's some weak ass bullshit. That is weak.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Pointed Grimes.
And he does get the second one. And that gives them a 4-point cushion. And here's Minneapolis now.
Nice. You heard him.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, one emphasis for the league is to really crack down on the
Timeout.
screen.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing.
Oh, man. Grinding me down. Love of the game needs to come into play here.
Clearly warranting a timeout.
Your smirk, is that like a political thing?
Deciding where to go with it. Doncic there for the rebound.
They need buckets to stay in this game. That's not the shot they're looking for.
Down he goes.
Nah, he's a good shooter.
Need a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little more.
And this is what we want to see more of from Wiggins, delivering a huge basket for his team.
And play stops.
Let's go. All right, gotta get a quick three here, team.
Rubio.
Ah, Rick.
Excellent
Oh.
work defensively. That's how you
Oh, brick party.
Launches it.
Give me something.
Reels it in.
Minneapolis foul call. Andrew Wiggins. Fourth personal foul.
Man, you lulled me to sleep the whole game and it works.
Drops, and that puts them up by 5.
See you at 100 wins, brother.
And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
Wiggins fires. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Clear path.
Now a timeout called by Minneapolis.
Sorry, I needed a timeout. I'm gonna go get some coffee.
They're behind by 6. Free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. Fires the three. Clean from outside. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. Double overtime games can really take its toll on the players, and after this one, the officials, the fans, everyone's going to have to take a needed rest.
No doubt. I mean, when you have to dig that deep and play with that much determination to get a win, it was earned, and I tell you what, they've got to feel really good about themselves for fighting through.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Allie LaForce, and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.
The sad man. Forever.